Hello, CDA teachers. This is the last session, Session 7 of our Communication chapter. And the title is Partnering with Families. The objective for this session is to learn strategies and resources to support families of infants and toddlers with communication. We will have another module completely about engaging with families. Today's session is more about specifics with communication and resources that can be used to share with families. The first resource I'm going to share with you is from the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control for the United States. If you go on the Centers for Disease Control's website and type in developmental milestones, it will take you to this page. The CDC has a tracker app that for free for families to use. So that is one thing you can recommend. You can also go according to the children in your classroom and their ages. So if you had a 6-month-old, we can click on that. Also available in Spanish. And you can see the developmental milestones that you should see at 6 months of age. Also information on if your child is not reaching these milestones, what you should do. Another great thing about the Centers for Disease Control are the free materials. So there is a printout you can get to hang in your classroom in English and Spanish. And over here you'll see on the left, free materials. I personally really appreciate the children's books. These children's books are created to assist families in learning the developmental milestones for their children at ages 1, 2, and 3. Personally, I would get a few for your classroom and keep them as lending books for families. You can order online here and get the actual books sent to you, or you can access them in PDF form. I'll show you the order online form real quick. So here are some of the resources that you can order that are sent for free to your home. And here is the 1-year-old book. So you would go and put your amount here. It has the limit that you can order. And add to cart. You do have to create an account that is also free. And I have noticed at times that these books can be out of published. They don't have any available. In that case, come back another week and they will have some. So if you'd like to be more green about it, you can download the PDF in English or Spanish. So let's just see for a 1-year-old. So it is a board book. It has text you can read with your baby. And then it also includes a milestone and a tip, how the parent and the child can interact to develop this milestone. Some ideas of how to share developmental milestones with family are through posting a chart in the classroom, creating a newsletter. So some teachers are required to have a weekly newsletter telling what's going on in the classroom. you can have a tip section of your daily newsletter sharing how families can develop their baby's communication skills. You can share a daily note either on a bulletin board in the classroom or on the chart that you share with families daily about feeding and diapering. You can include ideas about what materials and recipes you use for mark making in the classroom. You can share songs and music with families back and forth. And you can have a small lending library in your classroom. Lending libraries for infant classrooms would be the more durable books anyway, and with a good clean, as families bring them back, they can be a great resource to share with the families. The families can also bring books in, especially if they travel to their home country. If it's not the US, they can bring back some fun books and resources from somewhere else to share with the class. I also have on here that you should include wordless books as well. For families that may not be able to read English well, a wordless book opens up all sorts of storytelling opportunities without being tied down to the text. The next resource I would like to share with you to bump up your bulletin boards or your newsletters or your daily notes is through the University of Chicago, and it is called 30 Million Words. So if you go to the Center for Early Learning and Public Health at the University of Chicago, so I actually Googled 30 Million Words Center, and it brought me to this page. And I went to for parents or caregivers at the top. And down here you can see the power of words, the 3 T's, spread the words, and TMW programs. Being that we are in Texas, the Chicago area programs really aren't appropriate for us, but I thought the simplicity of the 3 T's would be great for posting and talking with parents about what that means and what that could look like interacting with their small child. If you look at the bottom right here, it says, what are the 3 T's? And it goes more in depth. Talking about what it means to tune in, to be in the moment with your child, to talk more, and to take turns to make a space for your baby to talk and then respond to that chat. They also have some really nice videos available that you can share the links with families. So yes, the takeaway for that website is the 3 T's to share with families of tune in, talk more, and take turns. Now here are some resources if you or the family believe the child is missing some of those important developmental milestones. Now you are not a medical doctor, at least I don't think you are. In the role of the teacher, you are not to diagnose the child with anything. However, you can suggest to the family that typically a child is able or can do this and you feel concern that that milestone has not yet been reached. Has the family noticed anything? And suggest that they take it to their pediatrician for an opinion. Other resources I've listed here are ASHA, the American Speech Language Hearing Association. They have a search engine where if a pediatrician has recommended you find an audiologist or a speech pathologist, You can find one for your city at that location. Also, for San Antonio, we are in Region 20 of Texas, and that is our educational service center for San Antonio. And they have child find resources. So if the child has been diagnosed with a difficulty, then of course the pediatrician would be making recommendations on next steps. But if the family's having difficulty, you can also reach out to Region 20's Child Find for additional resources. On this bibliography, you will also see some resources I didn't mention in the presentation that would be great for sharing tidbits over a period of time with families. So the 0 to 3, the second one, how to support your child's communication skills. The last one on this page, Luckenbill, 12 ways to support language development for infants and toddlers. The second one on this page, from 0 to 3, tips on learning to talk. And here are images used. Thank you very much and have a great day.